My beloved child, hard truth. If you keep waiting for the right mood to begin, life will quietly pass you by. There's never a perfect time to start. The pain doesn't fully fade before the journey begins. Sometimes the journey is what dissolves the pain. Walk with shaky hands, breathe through the uncertainty, and show up anyway. That's how you teach your wounds they no longer have power over you. Type Amen if you believe in God. Hard truth. Healing isn't a moment of magic, it's a decision you make in the middle of your mess. Don't wait until the tears stop to smile. Don't wait until the fear leaves to act. You'll find pieces of yourself in motion, not in pause. Living doesn't require perfection, it requires participation. Hard truth. Confidence doesn't appear first, action does. You grow into strength by daring to show up. The fear will whisper that you aren't enough, but courage doesn't need full belief, only willingness. Move gently but move anyway. Progress meets you where you step, not where you stand. Type Amen if you believe in God. Hard truth. Life won't pause until you feel better. Days will pass whether you live them or not. So cry and continue, stumble and rise, breathe and begin again. Healing isn't found in waiting rooms, it blooms in the act of showing up. Hard truth. Sometimes starting hurts. You'll want to stay in bed until hope feels easier. But one small act of effort can change your chemistry. Stand up even when you feel heavy. Move slowly but move. The universe meets motion with momentum. Hard truth. The storm inside you might not calm before the path appears. Sometimes you walk trembling through rain until sunlight finds you mid-step. Let yourself be messy. Let your journey look imperfect. The act of going forward is its own medicine. Type Amen if you believe in God. Hard truth. You won't wake up one day and suddenly feel ready. Readiness is built by choosing to keep going, even with uncertainty clinging to your shoulders. Life is less about perfect timing and more about faithful movement. Begin where you are, the rest will unfold. Hard truth. Joy doesn't wait for all pain to end. It sneaks in through cracks of bravery, through small acts of living when life still hurts. Allow yourself laughter even with tears still drying. Healing and hurting can coexist. That's the beauty of growth. Hard truth. No one arrives at wholeness by thinking about it. Healing is a series of trembling choices, eating when you have no appetite, walking when you'd rather hide, speaking when silence feels safer. Do it scared. Do it unsure. You'll find freedom in the doing. Type Amen if you believe in God. Hard truth. Sometimes healing asks you to walk with the wound. You won't always feel peaceful, but that doesn't mean you aren't progressing. Growth happens when you choose life even when life doesn't feel gentle. Keep moving. Every step is a declaration that you're still becoming. Hard truth. You don't have to love the process to trust it. Some days will taste bitter and that's okay. You're learning to breathe in unfamiliar air. The discomfort means you're growing. Don't wait for it to feel easy. Walk until ease begins to find you. Hard truth. You can't wait for certainty before acting. Certainty is a gift given only after trust. Go ahead and take the first step even if your knees shake. Faith isn't knowing the outcome, it's believing movement matters. Type Amen if you believe in God. Hard truth. Life doesn't start when you stop hurting. It begins when you choose to live despite the hurt. Growth won't always be pretty. Sometimes it's crying between deep breaths, sometimes it's smiling through exhaustion. But every moment you try again, you win a small victory. Hard truth. Waiting for motivation is another form of fear. The truth is, momentum comes from beginning, not from inspiration. You don't need to feel brave to act brave. The courage you seek is hidden in your first step. Hard truth. Healing is rarely dramatic. It happens in quiet moments, when you decide to get up again, to forgive again, to breathe again. Don't look for a grand breakthrough. Look for the small choices that rebuild your strength piece by piece. Hard truth. You might never feel fully prepared for change. Growth doesn't consult your comfort. It arrives disguised as uncertainty and asks for surrender. Trust the process that feels uncomfortable. It's stretching you toward alignment. Type Amen if you believe in God. Hard truth. You are not broken for feeling lost. Every soul drifts when it's becoming. Stop waiting to feel found before you begin. The road reveals itself to the ones willing to walk in the dark. Each hesitant step teaches you where light lives. Hard truth. You can't think your way into healing. You have to live your way through it. Life won't wait until your thoughts align. It will meet you halfway when your actions show willingness. Choose progress over perfection, effort over avoidance. Hard truth. Strength doesn't always look like confidence. Sometimes it's trembling through a task you'd rather avoid. Healing often hides in repetition, doing small things that whisper, "I'm still here." Don't underestimate the power of persistence. Hard truth. The day you stop waiting to feel worthy is the day freedom begins. You don't earn healing by being flawless, you claim it by being present. Let your fear travel with you if it must, but don't hand it the map. Keep moving toward your becoming. Hard truth, it's okay to cry and continue. You're not behind, you're human. Healing is not linear, it's layered and alive. Every small attempt matters. You are building a life out of courage, one fragile moment at a time. Type amen if you believe in God. Hard truth, fear won't vanish before the journey starts. You'll carry it until courage outweighs it. Begin now. Let your heart beat fast and your breath feel shallow. These are signs that you're alive, not broken. Hard truth, you'll never control the timing of everything. Life won't always align with your readiness. But each time you act in uncertainty, you teach the universe you're willing. That's when unseen support begins to appear. Hard truth, you may not feel healed when you start living again, but life itself becomes the healer. Every conversation, every sunrise, every laugh gently rewires what pain tried to destroy. Stay open, experience is the cure. Hard truth, no one escapes struggle, but those who keep moving transform it into strength. Stop waiting for pain to disappear. Let it teach you. Let it remind you how deeply you care. You can grow and ache at the same time. Type amen if you believe in God. Hard truth, don't wait for closure to create peace. Some chapters end without clarity. You heal by choosing to turn the page anyway. Acceptance is stronger than understanding. Let moving forward be your answer. Hard truth, you don't need to feel like the main character to live like one. Take up space even when you feel invisible. Life responds to presence, not perfection. The more you show up, the more the story unfolds. Hard truth, you can't outrun pain by hiding, it follows silence. The only way out is through. Speak your truth softly if you must, cry if you need, but don't disappear. You are worth the effort of your own return. Hard truth, sometimes joy isn't found, it's chosen. You'll have to laugh while still healing, dream while still doubting, and believe while still breaking. But that's how life rebuilds itself through you, not when you're ready, but when you're real. Type amen if you believe in God. Hard truth, you don't have to feel strong to be strong. Every time you take one more breath, one more step, you defy the weight that tried to stop you. Healing doesn't look like victory, it looks like persistence. Hard truth, the pain won't leave all at once, but neither will your courage. You are growing new roots in the soil of uncertainty. One day you'll look back and realize you didn't need to wait to feel better. You just needed to begin. That it's wild how no one mentions the invisible weight people carry while moving through ordinary routines. You can be standing in line for coffee, holding back tears, trying to remember how to breathe normally. The world doesn't pause for your pain. It spins like nothing happened, expecting you to function, smile, and engage. But behind every polite nod, there's someone quietly surviving the unspoken storm inside their chest. Healing, in its realest form, is showing up even when the soul feels like collapsing. It's strange how grief coexists with routine. You can lose everything you love and still be asked to show up to work, attend meetings, and laugh at jokes that don't land anymore. No one tells you that healing sometimes looks like sitting in traffic while holding back tears, or grocery shopping while remembering someone who'll never come home. Life doesn't wait for your heart to mend, it just keeps moving, and somehow, so do you. Type amen if you believe in God. It's haunting how survival often looks ordinary. You might see someone smiling in public, never knowing they're piecing themselves together silently. They show up, cook meals, clean, talk, and work as if their heart isn't breaking quietly in between. The miracle isn't in pretending, it's in choosing to stay alive, to keep showing up even when every breath feels heavy. No one really talks about how you can lose yourself and still have to answer the phone, pay bills, and make decisions. The world rarely offers space for those breaking quietly. People expect smiles, not stories of sleepless nights or trembling hands. But surviving tragedy while maintaining composure is one of the quietest acts of strength there is. It's heartbreaking how invisible suffering can be. You can be carrying a heart shattered into 1,000 pieces and still be expected to function like nothing happened. You pour coffee, reply to emails, and talk about the weather while inside, every breath feels like glass. Yet this quiet endurance is sacred, proof that pain can't erase your will to keep living. Type amen if you believe in God. No one explains how strange it feels to experience the worst day of your life, only to wake up the next morning to a world that looks the same. The sun still rises. The city still moves. People still laugh. And you're there, changed forever, standing in the same world that no longer fits you. That's the silent ache of surviving. It's strange how life forces you to pretend normalcy when your soul feels undone. You could be grieving deeply and still have to smile at strangers, make small talk, or act like you're okay. It's not weakness, it's resilience. You're learning to walk through the fire without letting everyone see the burn marks. No one tells you how exhausting it is to appear fine when everything inside screams. You become an expert at masking pain, laughing at jokes, showing up to plans, talking about random things. But each task becomes heavy, every moment feels surreal. Yet through it all, you're still here, and that's something extraordinary. Type amen if you believe in God. It's hard to explain how time moves differently after a loss. You go to work, run errands, eat meals, but it all feels out of sync, like you're existing in slow motion while everyone else runs ahead. Yet, somehow, this fragile motion forward becomes your quiet form of healing. What they don't tell you about grief is how normal it can look. You can be holding groceries in one hand and heartbreak in the other. You can be sitting on a park bench, smiling politely while inside you're unraveling. Still, that act of sitting there, breathing, existing, that's bravery disguised as routine. Type amen if you believe in God. It's wild how strength often hides behind ordinary faces. You might see someone laughing, but you'll never know the storm they've survived. Some people wake up every day carrying a mountain, and still they make space for kindness, for hope, for others. That's the kind of strength that can't be taught. It's strange how healing doesn't mean forgetting. You can still ache while rebuilding. You can still cry while showing up. You can still grieve while laughing. The heart learns to hold both pain and progress at once, teaching you that brokenness and beauty often coexist in the same breath. No one prepares you for how loneliness deepens after trauma. You walk through familiar places feeling like a stranger. People ask, "How are you?" And you answer with words that hide oceans. But somehow, even in that silence, you're learning that your survival is a sacred act of rebellion. Type amen if you believe in God. It's powerful how resilience rarely looks heroic. It looks like brushing your hair, eating something small, answering one text. It's these tiny choices to keep going that rebuild your strength quietly. The world may not notice, but your soul does. It's surreal how you can feel like the world ended for you, but everyone else carries on. You move through crowds like a ghost, doing ordinary things with a heart that feels unfamiliar. Still, each step forward whispers one truth: you're not done yet. No one really talks about the courage it takes to live a normal day after your life has fallen apart. To get up, to breathe, to move. It's not about pretending you're fine, it's about refusing to let pain steal the rest of your life. That quiet defiance is strength in disguise. It's strange how the smallest acts become victories: getting dressed, making tea, showing up. When you're shattered, every task becomes a mountain. But each time you rise again, you remind yourself that healing is not about speed. It's about showing up for your life one small step at a time. Type amen if you believe in God. It's haunting how easily people overlook silent battles. You might be sitting next to someone who's holding back tears, smiling because it's safer than explaining. But just because pain isn't visible doesn't mean it's not real. Be gentle. Everyone's carrying something unseen. It's wild how one day you can be completely undone and the next, something small reminds you life still has meaning. A bird, a song, a ray of light. Healing doesn't come in a straight line. It finds you in fragments, in ordinary places when you least expect it. It's strange how no one tells you that healing can feel empty. After the chaos fades, there's quiet, and in that quiet, you learn how to exist again. It's awkward, uncomfortable, and slow. But eventually, that silence becomes peace. Type amen if you believe in God. No one talks about the bravery in trying again. After heartbreak, loss, betrayal, you still choose to hope, to love, to build. That's not naivety, that's faith in motion. You keep reaching for light, even when darkness lingers. It's heartbreaking how people often assume you're fine because you're functioning. They don't see the sleepless nights, the quiet tears, the inner war. Yet the fact that you still show up proves that your spirit is stronger than the pain trying to silence it. It's hard to describe the dissonance of carrying grief in a world that keeps moving. You watch people laugh, work, scroll, live, while your heart feels frozen in one moment. But even frozen hearts eventually thaw. Time, love, and gentleness melt the ache. Type amen if you believe in God. It's strange how you can hold sadness and gratitude together. You can mourn what you lost and still thank the universe for what remains. Healing is not the absence of grief, it's learning how to hold both without losing yourself. No one really talks about how healing demands patience. Some days you'll feel progress, others you'll collapse. But every time you stand again, you rebuild trust with yourself. That's what transformation quietly looks like. It's powerful how resilience hides in everyday life. It's in showing up to work after crying all night. It's in smiling at a stranger when your heart feels hollow. Every act of showing up is a whisper to the universe: I'm still here. Type amen if you believe in God. It's haunting how pain rewires your perception of time. A single day can feel like an eternity, but slowly, as light re-enters your world, minutes become manageable again. You learn to live inside your body instead of escaping it. It's wild how after all the chaos, healing starts quietly. One breath, one small choice, one tiny act of self-kindness. You start again not because you're fully ready, but because something inside you refuses to give up. It's strange how the world never truly sees your full story. They see your smile, not your scars. But your heart knows what it's overcome. And maybe that's enough, to know that even when life broke you, you rebuilt yourself from the pieces. It's beautiful how, despite it all, you still choose to love, to hope, to rise. Pain tried to silence you, but here you are, breathing proof that light always finds its way back home. Type amen if you believe in God.